Hi guys, today we'll be talking about why and how what you eat impacts your studying and your focus, your mental alertness, and how we can modify our diet and eat accordingly in order to maximize productivity while preparing for exams. So, let me explain the basic mechanism first. So, what happens when we eat, let's say, for example, a carbohydrate rich meal? What happens is our insulin, our blood sugar spikes. So, in a response to the spike in blood sugar, what happens is the body, our pancreas releases insulin. And what insulin does is it's a storage molecule. Basically, it removes blood sugar floating around in your bloodstream and pushes it into organs and cells and other things for storage. And what happens when insulin rises is your blood sugar drops, and the sudden drop in blood sugar can cause fatigue, drowsiness, reduced alertness, and our body goes into that parasympathetic state of activation where it goes into that rest and digest mode and we are less alert. So that's basically why we should avoid carbohydrate rich meals while preparing for the exams, especially earlier in the day. And how we can use this insulin spike in the night to promote sleepiness, that's also a very important thing. Also, next is, additionally, what happens is insulin also raises tryptophan uptake in the brain, which raises your serotonin and melatonin levels, which promote sleepiness. And also, the parasympathetic activation, like I said, after eating naturally relaxes you, resulting in a less alert state. So, we can't study as efficiently as if we did not eat. So, what does my daily routine look like? So I wake up around 7:30. So yeah, I have the first thing I do is have a cup of coffee. Coffee has multiple benefits. First being, coffee suppresses the appetite and helps you eat less throughout the day. And number two, coffee increases your alertness, your focus, and even your short-term working memory. So I've spoken about coffee in another video. I'll link that there. And then what I do is, so after I drink that cup of coffee, I feel good till 11:30. I don't really feel very hungry. What you should remember is that initially this is a bit difficult because we are used to eating breakfast. So our body, times our gastric acid release accordingly. So if we're used to eating breakfast at 9, we might start to feel like a slight, because of the gastric acid release, we might start to feel a slight burning sensation in the stomach, which means our body, is used to getting food at that time. But over a period of 1 to 2 weeks, this sensation completely disappears and your body adapts to its new feeding cycle. And then about 11:30, I start to feel slightly hungry. So I have a couple of nuts, usually some almonds, walnuts, and pistachios, and sometimes even pecan nuts, and maybe some blueberries, dried apricots, something like that. All low glycemic index, high fat foods, which do not really cause an insulin spike. And then so 11:30 I eat this, and then I'm good till like 1 or 12:30. Around 12:30, when I take another break, I come down, probably eat some fruits, either a papaya, an apple, or a pineapple. And you might say these are contain sugar, but they also contain fiber, which blunts your which blunts your blood sugar spike, and also the insulin release is minimal with fruits in general. Maybe grapes and certain high glycemic index fruits might spike your blood sugar a lot, but again you're having a very small amount, so negligible effects. Then around 2 p.m. I start to get a little bit hungry, so I have like a protein shake, just a little bit of plant protein. That's what I drink. I just drink a little bit of plant protein with water, and that's about it. And this usually keeps me going till like 4 to 4:30 is when I have my first proper meal of the day. Usually consists of eggs, an omelette, 3 to 5 egg whites, a salad, and usually 2 slices of toast, and with a good serving of butter. So this pattern of eating, where I have coffee, nuts, fruits, protein shake and this last meal that I spoke about, I do it every single day. Now this does not change, and there's no change in this routine, and these are foods I eat every day in the same pattern at the same time, so my body gets used to it and there's no ups and downs and I feel great. Then after this, around so when I have my meal at 4, I sleep for 20 minutes and I wake up and I feel great. That 20-minute nap is like a great power nap. After that, around 8 p.m., I usually start to get hungry again, and what I do is I just start doing exercise, and around 9 p.m., once I feel really hungry after exercise, I have a good carbohydrate rich meal. I I used to eat a different thing every day, based on whatever was there at home. Sometimes it was khichdi, sometimes it was anna, rice sambar, sometimes it was chapati. So I used to have a good serving of carbohydrates. Why? So that my insulin spikes and I do feel sleepy. So I used to have it like 2 hours before bed, and after 2 hours I used to go to bed. And this carbohydrate rich meal helped me fall asleep. And so I used this insulin spike to my advantage. So yeah, this is how I used to structure my day so as to maximize productivity during the day, and also use the food during the night to help me fall asleep, because during exam times you'll be a little bit stressed, and falling asleep was a bit of a task for me. So this carbohydrate rich meal really aided in me falling asleep as well. So this is how you can use food to your advantage, to help you have maximum productivity throughout the day. And also, by at 4 p.m., the meal I had was, I combined carbs with a good amount of protein. So a lot of eggs and salad and fiber. So again, that meal also did not really spike my insulin that much, because I used to, the order of the meal was also important. I used to eat my salad first, the egg, and I used to eat the bread in the last. So, and also after that I used to take like a 10 to 15 minute walk. So again, through that meal also my insulin spike was minimal. So even my study session from 4:30 to 8 was great and was not really affected by any post meal sleepiness. All right, so this is how you should structure your meal plan accordingly to maximize productivity.